the day we are together again. On the day we are together again, I will pull you in close like a hoop with no end. On the day we are together again, we will share the same table again. We will share the same table again. I will pass you the salt, the candlelight will bend when we share the same table again. We will walk around the block hand in hand. We will walk around the block hand in hand. We will stop for a snack at the taco truck stand when we walk around the block hand in hand. Someday we will go back to work. Someday we will go back to work. May we be among people who respect our work. Someday we will go back to work. I will write you a letter for now. I will write you a letter for now. Hope is a message that survives somehow. I will write you a letter for now. I will help the strangers I meet. I will help the strangers I meet. It is possible to get back on our feet. I will help the strangers I meet. To the healers who keep us alive. To the healers who keep us alive. A toast to your courage, knowledge and light. To the healers who keep us alive. And the ones we love who are gone. And the ones we love who are gone. We remember the stories and we sing the songs for the ones we love who are gone. And on the day we are together.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time. Today is February 22nd, 2024. I am at a public location right now, so I'm sorry if you hear things around me and stuff. I apologize. I'm in the quietest area I can find. We do have some breaking news. We got back I think it's the preliminary, I would say, report on Audri Cunningham, and we now know the physical, I would say, injury of very well possibly what may have how Stephen may have, unfortunately, evilly unalived her. So trigger warning. Mods, please give a trigger warning.
Warning, the following content is for mature audiences. It may be offensive or distressing for some viewers. This channel is a commentary channel related to true crime pertaining to real-life events. Each true crime story discussed on this channel has been researched from a number of various sources, including FOIA requests, articles, news, interviews, and more. Links may be provided in the description of various sources. Let us all remember the real human element to each individual.
I apologize. I'm hooked up to Wi-Fi right now. I have AT&T phone service, and I have not had service since like 3 a.m. this morning. All right, so this was posted just moments ago, and as you can see, primary cause of death: homicidal violence with blunt head trauma. So he has, I can't even say it. I can't even say what he did, even though I'm reading it to you. I cannot even speak it. But this is what he did: homicidal violence with blunt head trauma. This evil mother monster did this to sweet little Audri. So obviously the report is not completed. Place of death: Trinity River, Shepherd, Texas. Manner of death: obviously homicide. This is extremely preliminary, as of this was 2/20/24, 1:30 p.m. And I would say this is why the sheriff stated that there was obviously evidence of him doing something. The way he stated it, that there was, I forgot how he worded it. Oh, thank you, Estelle, for 5 months, my dear. Focus, passion, empathy that you just, oh, thank you so much, Estelle. That is quite the compliment. Thank you. That's a good question, Brett. What the hell is wrong? What the hell is wrong with these people? A satellite is falling down, you think? I don't know if it's a satellite falling down or what, but I know that it's down so many nationwide. Why she probably trusted him too. He betrayed her probably multiple ways. Yes. Is it true that dad and grandma are on the run? Dad and grandma? No, I don't think that's true. No. What's the cause of death? It says primary cause of death: homicidal violence with blunt head trauma. That's the cause of death. And it means someone struck you with something, most likely causing a blunt head trauma, which is her primary cause of death. So why in the hell would Stephen do this? Why? I don't know. I don't know. This just came out moments ago. Um, no complete autopsy yet. And if you guys want to see this yourself, it is also in the group. Oops, wrong one. 1 second. It's here as well. So not fair. It's not cool. Let's watch this 1 second. Bear with. I'm gonna share this 1 second, y'all. I need to drop this link. 1 second. Credit goes to CW at 39 Houston.
Where the backpack was found, was there anything else found along with the backpack?
No, ma'am, other than just the items that were located inside of the backpack.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? Where you're breaking up just a teeny bit.
Sorry, the wind is kind of hot here.
Gotcha.
And then I've been struggling with bronchitis, but when the backpack was located, there were some items inside of the backpack that we did find, but there were no other items around.
You say that based on the evidence you have found, foul play may be involved. What are you talking about? What evidence shows you that?
Well, we feel that foul play is involved for the fact that he was the last person with her, and she never made it to the bus stop, nor did she make it to school that morning, and we have not been able to locate her.
This is an old one. I thought this was a new article. I thought it was a new. RSOs has to have some evidence of, yeah, she was in water for quite some time, and as we know, time and water is not good for DNA. DNA breaks down over time, and water obviously washes it away. But they, if she was, if there's any other, if he essayed her or anything like that, there still may be DNA. Just have to wait and see. Hey, Cher, good to see you. So for those of you that's just joining us, the preliminary cause of death autopsy is out. Not the detailed, the death certificate, nothing like that. Just the primary cause of death, which is homicidal violence with blunt head trauma, which means she was struck in the head. See, real ICU. I don't know. My phone's back on. You have to reset the phone I've reset my phone like 11 times. Let me try it again. Let me try. Oh God, quiet. That's why I didn't switch my time, because I've had a time this morning on everything.
I didn't understand that.
Okay, I don't care if you understand that, lady. Waiting for the verdict in Adam Montgomery case. They came in, the judge and the attorneys came in earlier. Still nothing. I thought for sure they was going to say they had a verdict, but it could have been something, we have no idea what they were talking about. But it also could have been that they, were talking about transporting Adam. That's the rumor that I'm hearing about, transporting Adam, because I do believe Adam must be in the courtroom for that. I don't think that's really an option. So I just restarted my phone and still nothing. Still nothing. Stephen has reservations in hell waiting on him. He certainly does. He certainly does. This reminds me of the delivery man abduction that happened 2 Christmases ago, where the victim came forward after the little girl had been abducted in MR. Are you talking about the FedEx? You talking about the FedEx? I've turned on. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my phone here. I think all these people here as SA should have the. Oh, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. I agree. Yeah, you're talking about Athena. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't really remind me of Athena personally. Yeah, still nothing. Turn my data on, I turn my data off, I turn the airplane mode on, I turn it off, I turn my whole phone on, I turn it off. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Totally different cases, not even close to the FedEx driver. Yeah. What was Athena's last name? Brown? Athena Brown? Brownfield, wasn't it? Athena Brown died of acute pneumonia complicating. Guys, I'm getting ready to I'm going to do a short this evening. I'm going to put out a short video about a child that was on the beach like 2 or 3 days ago, and the child was, playing in the sand, digging a hole, with the buckets of sand, you know how they are, kids do. They do like the buckets. Well, the sand collapsed with her and her brother. And the brother, they both went under the sand, but the brother's neck was still out, and they got him out, but they couldn't get her out. And she died. Such a tragedy. Good Lord. Just terrible. We have no power here. 911 is out nationwide. I don't know if 911 is out nationwide, but I've heard of it not, you know, Verizon was like that for weeks recently. Really? Some 911 centers in Virginia, North Carolina, Texas, California reported that the outages prevented from, yes, making emergency calls, yes. So I'll give you a very quick update on which I may go live here in a little bit. I will be going live here in a little bit about it, but they have court. Elijah's mother and her boyfriend have court here in about an hour. And from what I am understanding, that allegedly, we'll have to wait and see about another hour, they have been charged allegedly with abuse or neglect. I think it was neglect, allegedly. Neglect. No, daily, I wish that would reset it, but it won't. It won't. Neglect. Thank you, guidance. Yeah. So they have court here in about an hour or so. Another is CA. What's CA? What's CA? I'm trying to think of what CA is. Thank you, Brenda, for hitting that. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Elijah has not been found. No. Nope. I'll be live later. I've got a bunch of stuff to talk about Elijah about for sure. It begs the question, why have Dawn and Candace got away with the same thing, abuse and neglect of poor children? So I think the reason they were not charged, allegedly, is that they signed their rights over. If you sign your rights over, they generally won't charge you. But if you don't sign your rights over, then, that's what they threaten you with, and they will. I know, Jersey Lady, there's so many code words now, it's hard to keep up with. They signed their rights over after the fact, though. Well, yes, they did, but one second. Oh, I just got. Daily, thank you so much for gifting one membership. Thank you so much. Here's the one that received that membership. Please thank our sweet Daily. So was question guidance, was the hearing canceled for the parents? Yeah, I heard it on the X. I'm getting the same vibes with Elijah's case as I did with Quentin. Very similar vibes. Mm. Every time I call someone, try to call someone, it says your phone is not registered on a network, so you can only make emergency calls. All right. So allegedly, they are saying that the court was canceled for Katrina and what's his face, her boyfriend. So I'm going to have to find out what's going on. Yeah, for those of you that's just coming in, just doing a quick update on Audri Cunningham, her very early initial findings of her primary cause of death is homicidal violence with blunt head trauma. No, Jackie, we're talking about Audri right now. Nobody leases weed. Nobody is wasting them. Yeah. Does your phone have SOS on it? No. It just has a little circle with the line through it. So that's the primary reason she was, what caused her to pass at the hands of this evil bastard. The full autopsy hasn't been done yet, or it hasn't. The report's not out yet. I guarantee you the autopsy is done, obviously, but it can take several weeks for full autopsy. No, I don't have. I have Android. Mm. Okay. Katrina and Jesse are listed for the bail hearings confirmed by courthouse jail. Hey, guidance, I'm going to send you something. If my phone will work. And I sent it to you too, as I see you. So we'll figure it out. Oh, hey, baby Milo. Yep, I remember you. Sure do. Good to see you. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'm gonna jump off here pretty soon. nothing. Still looking at the flag there. And I'll be live in a little bit covering it'll be this evening unless there's a verdict. If there's a verdict, I'll be live instantly. Someone was telling me that it cost them $12,000 to take the woman to court for her 3 kids, even after her boyfriend overdosed in front of them. I don't know. What does this say? Um, $12.49. According to the courthouse, they do not have any info on either being canceled. Okay, so I guess the court is still, as of now, I guess it's still on. So that's good. Yeah, it's mainly AT&T that's down. It's mainly AT&T that's down. But if there's a verdict, I'll be live immediately. Otherwise, I will be live later on at 6 p.m. Eastern time this evening. Maybe 5. I may have to switch it to 5, but 6. If I can stream it, I will. New for the charges. Justin, check your email. I sent you the news for the charges. News for the charges. Let me look. Oh, thank you. Let me look at this. We've got all kinds of stuff to cover this evening. If I can stream the court, I'll stream it.
Thank you for being with us here on this Thursday, getting right to that search for the missing 3-year-old boy in Two Rivers. And we have team coverage on the Amber Alert for Elijah Vu of Two Rivers. We have Emerson Lehman and Emily Roberts live there with the latest information. I want to start at City Hall in Two Rivers with Emerson. Good morning.
Good morning, Tammy. And the Two Rivers community waking up to more questions than answers. Again, this morning is 3-year-old Elijah Vu remains missing. Take a look at this photo on your screen right here. This is 3-year-old Elijah Vu. He's 3 feet tall, weighs 45 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing gray pants, red and green dinosaur slippers, and is possibly carrying a red and white blanket. He also has a birthmark on his left knee. Now, local authorities, the Department of Justice, they've all been a part of the search efforts along with community members. The police spending a lot of time at an apartment complex on Mishicot Road yesterday gathering evidence. Mishicot Road is the last place Elijah was reportedly seen on Tuesday morning. Action 2 News.
And as you can see there, 4:59, I guess that was yesterday, 28 degrees. This little baby, even if he's out, that's below freezing.
News was at a press conference last night. Two Rivers Police Chief Ben Minert telling the community they haven't given up hope and also sharing this important message.
We continue our efforts. I want to emphasize the importance of remaining vigilant and proactive. Additionally, I want to remind everyone to please refrain from spreading rumors and false information. This can hinder our search efforts for Elijah.
The chief also taking the time to thank the hundreds of community members from not only here in Two Rivers, but across the region who have been showing up to help over the past 2 days as they continue to try and bring 3-year-old Elijah home safely. And our team coverage can.
All right. Let me fix this. All right. So, no, they haven't Police are seeking a charge of, quote, party to a crime of child neglect against Katrina. So, which means, listen, they know more. That don't tell me they don't. They know a hell of a lot more than we do, number one. And have you ever seen them put parents or caregivers in jail just to hold them, thinking they were innocent if they didn't know? Something's really bad here, guys. Something is really, really bad here. And I'm going to tell you something. Katrina's mother, I feel so bad for that woman. I feel so bad for her. She's a wonderful person. The guy's in jail too, yes. And her daughter has worn her out, to be honest with you. And she said last night, quote, I'm afraid I think it was, I'm afraid I raised a monster. Justin, they are saying court has been pushed back to Friday, per family stating it. Oh, wow. Can I read that message again, please? Sure. Absolutely. All right. The mother of the missing child faces potential charges related to child neglect. A hearing was scheduled at 12:45 at the Manawak County Court, but Action 2 News has confirmed that the scheduled court appearance is canceled and their court information was sealed. Police were seeking to charge of, quote, party to a child, I always say that, party to a crime of child neglect, end quote, against Katrina, the mother of Elijah View, who is the subject of an Amber Alert. Katrina has not yet been officially charged. The formal charges are up to the district attorney's office. Action 2 News has learned law enforcement is recommending a child abuse charge against a second person in court. That would obviously be her boyfriend, Jesse. We are not identifying him because we have not confirmed a connection. This is WBAY. We do know he was arrested at 11:28 Tuesday night, 12 and a half hours after Elijah was reported missing, and Elijah's mother was arrested 4 hours after that at 3:48 in the morning on Wednesday, according to the Manawak County Clerk of Courts. In a briefing Wednesday night, we heard from the Two Rivers Police Department about the ongoing search efforts for 3-year-old Elijah. He remains missing. This was a very short news conference of the Two Rivers City Hall, lasting roughly about 7 minutes. While police wouldn't answer any questions, they did confirm that the search for Elijah remains active and ongoing. While police spent much of the day at the apartment complex in Mishkat Road, retrieving potential evidence in the area where the 3-year-old was last seen, they also went on camera for the first time Wednesday night, assuring the public that they haven't given up hope. Quote, our search and rescue teams have been combing through the neighborhood's parks and wooded areas and they've been following up on the leads and tips for the public, said Two Rivers Police Chief Ben Marinette. The city's police chief would not comment on specific details concerning the search efforts or about potential suspects. He did thank the hundreds of volunteers who came forward of helping, including many of the outside of the community. Quote, I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to everyone who has volunteered their time, resources, and support in their assisting in the search for Elijah. Your unwavering commitment to the well-being of Elijah and the community is inspiring, end quote, said the police chief. Also Wednesday, we heard Elijah's uncle, Orson View, who told Action 2 News that the family is doing everything possible to pull together. Quote, we are extremely worried. We're all emotional at this point. At the moment, we don't know what to think of the bad stuff that may have possibly happened to him, and we're hopeful, said Orson View, Elijah's uncle. As we continue the efforts, I want to emphasize the importance of remaining vigilant and proactive. Additionally, I want to remind everyone to please refrain from rumors and false information. This can hinder our search efforts for Elijah, end quote, police chief said. People are also handing out flyers of Elijah on with them and the number to call the police to share information. So, yeah. So it doesn't sound good. You're right, Jules. It doesn't sound good. Is the verdict in? Hold on. I'll let you know. Hold on, guys. I'm hearing the verdict is in. Hold on. 1 second. I'm hearing the verdict is in. Verdict is in. Verdict is in. All right. I'm going to switch this over. Wasn't planning on this. Verdict is in. They are waiting for parties to get in the courtroom. The verdict is in. We are hearing. Bear with me 1 moment. When it rains, it pours. It certainly does. When it rains, it pours. This did take longer than I ever thought it would take. I'm trying to change my cover photo here. 1 second. I apologize, y'all. Verdict is in. Okay. Verdict has been reached. As you can see, everyone is getting in the courtroom. The mics are not in. Adam Montgomery. I just told you guys just moments ago that I heard that the reason that they all came to the courtroom earlier, that holy shit, and my phone came on. Sorry. When it rains, it pours, right? It happens at once. Okay. Adam Montgomery. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. But earlier, whenever they said, when they came to the courtroom, I did hear that they were transporting Adam. That's why that they fill the page with purple. Yes. Let's pray, guys. Let's pray. Harmony. Oh my God. Harmony. Lord, please. Please, Lord, get this baby justice. This. Also, thank you again, Daly, for gifting that. Also, now we have a QR code. Oh, thank you again, Daly, for gifting a membership. I appreciate that. We have a QR code up on the screen. You can scan that with your smartphone, and that will take you to our memberships. So if someone is asking, obviously still drop the membership links, mods, but you can also tell them if they can't find it or if they can scan that QR code. So there's that. I tell you, guys, the last couple weeks, it's been insane. It's been since Savannah Soto it's just been absolutely sorry, it's been absolutely nonstop. And then it was, oh, thank you so much, Melissa, with one S. I love your screen name. Thank you, Melissa. Melissa with an S. Liza with a Z. Melissa with an S, with one S. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Melissa with one S and Liza with one Z. Justice for harmony. Guys, if you pray, pray. If you don't pray, send good vibes. Thank you, nerdy girl. Thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you. You guys make it all possible. Thank you all, truly. Thank you guys for caring so much for these victims, these children, these lives. Thank you for caring for humanity. It can get quite discouraging. No, that's not Audri's mom. This is Harmony's mom. The verdict has been reached in that. So it looks like everyone is in the courtroom right now. And they're probably waiting for Adam. Credit, this is not court TV. Credit, and crime. We're just waiting that. Yes, let justice win, Smiley. Do you guys think it took longer than what you thought it would? Adam does have to be there. Yes, he certainly does. That's Princess, you're probably right there, my dear. You are probably right there. You have not missed the verdict, Sweet Sativa. Nope, we are just waiting. The courtroom is the first time it's been packed. Throughout this trial, we have only seen just a few in the courtrooms. Very, very sporadic. Probably no more than 6 or 8 at any given time during the court hearings while court was in session. But now it's packed. It's packed. Thank you, Sweet Sativa. Oh wow. Getting some very interesting information in the Elijah View case right now. Getting some very interesting information, which I'll be live with later. Adam's chair gone? Huh. Why is the canine there? Hopefully to bite Adam's head off. Probably. In case Adam gets out of control. Nope. Adam, there's a chair right in the middle. Chair right in the middle. There's a few seconds behind there. No, Adam, we called the courthouse and they stated, oh, that is the back of her chair, isn't it? I don't understand that because they told us when we called that you must be there for. Listen, if I don't get to see his reaction, I'm gonna lose it. They said 1,000%. They said that he had to be there when we called the other day. Oh, that's right. That's right. Here we go. He's in the hospital. He probably did that on purpose. Yes.
Ron? Yeah, he's being. Did you call for them? Yes. All rise for the jurors, please. You may be seated.
Would the foreperson please rise? Mr. Foreperson, it's the court's understanding that the jury has reached a verdict in this matter.
That's correct.
As to charge ID 1937947C, charging the defendant, Adam Montgomery, with the crime of second-degree assault, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson?
That is correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes.
As to charge ID 2027112C, charging the defendant, Adam Montgomery, with the crime of second-degree murder, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson?
That is correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes.
And as to charge ID 2027113C, charging the defendant with the crime of falsifying physical evidence, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson?
That's correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes.
And on charge ID 2027114C, charging the defendant, Adam Montgomery, with the crime of abuse of corpse, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson.
That's correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes.
And on charge ID 2027115C, charging the defendant, Adam Montgomery, with the crime of tampering with witnesses and informants, do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You say that he's guilty, Mr. Foreperson.
That's correct.
So say you all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your service. You've performed an important civic duty, and that is as to the alternates as well as all the deliberating jurors. What we're going to do now is I'm going to send you back into the deliberation room. The alternates are going to be able to go back now with you. You can discuss the case with each other. So it's an opportunity for you to do that. I'm going to take a few minutes with the lawyers here, and then I will come in to discuss a couple of other matters with you further, and then you'll be released from your service. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. All rise for the jurors,
Let's
please.
clap for this jury. Let's clap. Harmony, rest in peace now, baby. God, I've got chills. Thank you, Lord. They did their service. God bless them. God bless Harmony. God bless our country.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Counsel, we just need to schedule sentencing. I don't know.
Thank
how
you to
much
the
time the parties feel
prosecutors
like
as
they need.
well, cops, everyone, relentless, doing what is good, what is right, what is just.
Will both sides be prepared? Actually, I don't know what the court may not have sufficient time that day. So let me just look.
Now they're talking sentencing.
No, I'm actually going to be in trial that day. I have a docket in the morning, but I'm in trial after. It may be that we need to, maybe we
so
could just get
much.
some time frame.
Amen.
Let me look to the
September.
state first about how long do you need to be prepared? And I'll have,
we may need to at least go a little bit of time beyond that. I would say, sorry, I'm just looking at my calendar as well.
better not to give me a date. Just tell me about how far out and about how much time you think you'll need.
I think, Your Honor, we're going to need roughly 4 weeks, so somewhere around the last week of March, first week of April.
So sometime after April 1st. I know I'm going into a lengthy trial in April, so we'll see what we can do. About how long a hearing do you feel that you'll need?
Based upon
Guilty on all counts.
probably at least half the
6 months. Thank you so much, Princess. Fly high, baby. Yes.
time period to go. When we use less of it, we use less.
Okay. Just knowing what the court's docket is, and then I know I have a 3-week trial also
They
in
beat the
April.
brakes
It may
off
not
of
be
him in
possible
prison.
to get it in that month, but we'll do it as quickly thereafter as we can, as long as that's sufficient for the defense.
Putting us into May.
Oh, Amy, that's going to make me cry.
Certainly plenty of time.
Okay. If there are other constraints, please let the court know. Otherwise, we'll schedule it as the docket permits sometime after April 1st. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay.
We have jury
Thank
trials
you.
to work around, but it's small.
Okay. All right. I'm not inclined. I know the parties are preparing sentencing memos. I'm not inclined for a PSI unless somebody feels that one would be needed. No. Okay. Very good. Sentencing memos. Any sentencing memos should be in. I would say, given the time frame, if you can sentencing memos in 10 days in advance, that would be helpful to the court. That will give time for the court to consider any information, ample time to consider any information the court needs to consider. Anything else we need to accomplish today?
I think, Your Honor, just from the state's perspective.
Amen. Amen. Thank you.
The state will ask under RSA 651:4-A that the defendant, whether he likes it or not, have to be transported here for the sentencing, pursuant to that statutory authority.
Okay. If you're going to file something, did you say?
File that, Your Honor.
Okay.
There's very clear statute on it. There's case law on it. We will provide that to the court ahead of time and do that in plenty of time so that the defense can respond to that before we get anywhere near that 10-day mark ahead of the hearing.
Okay. Anything else the defense wants to raise?
Not at this time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
That happened very quickly. The way they read the verdict, they said, "Have you reached a verdict?" Yes, and they just started reading it. Usually, they spout off several different things. Rest in peace, sweet Harmony. Rest in peace. So sorry. I'm so glad for Harmony's mother and the family. I know that they are happy about this verdict, but it doesn't return their baby girl. And just like that, yes, this is one that it's been a long road. It's been a long road. And this is where, you know what? We'll be here live for Adam's sentencing. That he is considered guilty now. Many of his constitutional rights have been stripped from him. He will have to show for that. That's right, Tar Heel. That's right. Adam Montgomery, guilty on all counts. All counts. Guilty, 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 guilty. Now to find her, the U-Haul had 133 miles used, so roughly 70-mile radius, narrowed down by cell data. I'm so happy and sad for Audri and Harmony. Yes. Now there's so many others. You know, Orwin and the Cal City boys. They've not been found. Summer Wells has not been found. Or justice. Michael Vaughn, it's coming. And it's we got to find little Elijah. There's always someone that needs justice. Always. And that's exactly right. And let me tell you something, Miss Mandy. Texas, they don't play. Texas, he's being charged with capital murder. Capital. And so, how about that? How about that? Justin, have you heard any more about the 13-year-old from Houston? I got an Amber Alert. Have you heard any more? No. Let me look that up. Cecilia. Houston, Texas, Amber Alert. Okay, she was found safe. She was found safe, Lulu. Found safe about an hour ago. Cecilia in Houston was found safe. I want to be very clear about that, about an hour ago. So thank the Lord for that. All right, guys. I will see you guys later in a little bit. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Tonight's going to be lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. Yes, Angela. What's your question before we go? Love you, just chilling. It'll be 5 or 6 o'clock. Right now, I've got it scheduled for 6 o'clock. It just depends what time. Got kids have activities tonight and stuff, so was the washer a front loader? What do you mean, was the washer a front loader? Thank you, Carrie. Yes, true crime knitter. The one Elijah hid in, I have no idea. I have no idea. And I'll tell you something. They know. The police know. They don't arrest. Well, they don't hold parents for just to hold them, right? Most parents are grief stricken, and you know they know something is wrong here. The mom is talking, question mark. I don't know if she's talking or not, but I do know that they are being charged. I do know that. Hold on, just getting a message. Well, the sudden. Oh, hold on 1 second here. I might need to tell y'all something. Oh, let me tell y'all something real quick before you go. You know, the little little Lena out of Texas. We reported on her last week. Someone just sent this to me, and I want to show it to you real quick. Okay.
Killed last week took most by surprise, including her family. From afar, we all watched the digging and searching that ended Friday with no body. Tonight, our Yami Virhin investigates why investigators took the tip so seriously.
Lena Sadar killed. Gone since she was 3 years old. Disappeared from the apartments where she lived with her parents, 9400 Fredericksburg Road, on December 23rd, 2021. Today, if she's alive, Lena is turning 6. Just days before her birthday, a sudden break in the case. Fox SA has uncovered that investigators brought the search for Lena to this greenbelt near where she disappeared sparked by an inmate's claims at the Bexar County Jail. We have found out through law enforcement and those who know the inmate that he's there on charges of aggravated sexual assault of a child. The U.S. Marshals need your help. The man, whom we are not identifying since he has not been charged, is no stranger to Fox SA viewers. Back in 2019, we ran him as the most wanted fugitive for that week after he skipped town after doing 15 months in prison for smuggling undocumented immigrants. Then, on January 30th of this year, he was arrested for a warrant for the aggravated sexual assault of a child. While in jail, those who know him tell us that he gave information to authorities that he knew where Lena was buried. Back when Lena disappeared, the suspect was living at the same apartment complex with his girlfriend. We're told that he would often walk in this area. Eyewitnesses reported seeing a prisoner out here on Wednesday with authorities. The next day, they were back and started searching. 2 days later, law enforcement brought in equipment to dig in 2 locations where they had been with the suspect. Then on Friday, a press release was sent that stated they did not find anything. When we asked those who know him why he would admit this, they said it was to get extra phone privileges and 2 other requests. So what exactly did SAPD and the FBI do while they were back here? This area is between Auburn Creek and the Helix Apartments, less than a half a mile from where Lena lived. We asked Valerie Alvarez, an experienced death investigator in Texas, to walk us through what they could have been doing for 2 days.
I have been in the death industry for 12 years.
Alvarez also owns a company called Voice After Life, who helps get remains back to their families.
So typically law enforcement or our office, like a medical examiner's office, would go out and kind of survey the area in which they assume there may be something. We would also typically bring along a forensic anthropologist just because they have the education on looking at the ground and saying, this probably is a location that has been disturbed.
Alvarez says the work they do when trying to find remains is labor intensive. And here in this location, what would have made it difficult to dig a deep grave is the number of homeless people that go through the area.
We would try to exhaust all possible resources. So possibly a cadaver dog, definitely an anthropologist. This area is so large. And the demographic of it is very, I just don't see how you could pinpoint a location.
Alvarez also tells us that because the ground is so uneven and seeing that the area seems to be highly traveled, the amount of time that it would take to dig a deep grave would make it easier for the suspect to be caught.
I've exhumed several graves in my career, and I've worked in 2 different capacities. We've worked with no heavy machinery, so we just had shovels. In those situations, we're looking at a team of like 5 people working about 12 hours out of the day, just to get down to about 4.5 feet to like the top of maybe a casket or like whatever somebody is in.
With machinery like they had out here Friday, it can go a lot quicker.
If we had heavy machinery, we're looking at about 2 to 3 hours if we know where the grave is to get down to the grave. So if you don't know where a grave is, I mean, you can be out here for an unknown amount of time.
Weeks.
Sure.
But for now, the search at this spot is over. We don't know if SAPD and the FBI are still working with the suspect, who, according to those who know him, has been worried about being linked to Lena's case for a long time.
Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. It's very interesting. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later this evening. In FBI, the place is calm and quiet. Yeah, they've been looking in the river and stuff for Elijah. So there's a lot going on. I've got a lot to talk about this evening. I'll see you guys 5 or 6-ish p.m. this evening. It's already scheduled. Make sure you hit that reminder button. That way it will remind you. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.